A very good afternoon to you. At this hour on the business desk, we're looking at the latest around a developing narrative essentially on a local business. And here we are talking about Drip Footwear. I'm joined in studio currently by the owner of that entity, that is Lekau Sehoana. Thank you so much for your time. 5 years of Drip, and I'm sure a lot of our media colleagues have been looking to speak to you. Our starting point should be, after 5 years of successes, where do you find yourself right now, to clarify that narrative?
Thank you so much for the invitation. You know, I was here a few weeks ago. I feel like a political analyst now. I'm always here. 5 years of Drip is everything, you know, to us. Me, the team, and everyone, the communities, the malls, you know, like we're so excited about reaching this milestone. So it means a lot to us. You know, we've went through a lot. We have beautiful plans going into the future right now. So yeah, we are so happy.
We're going to get to the future plans that you have, and currently we do actually have to address the financial position that Drip finds itself to get to that future that you are building towards. What is the current base?
Look, we're in business, and self-funded business, and each and every day of our business ever since we started, we've never had any funders, we've never had any investors. So we found ourselves in a position whereby we always have to sell and then build the business and scale up. So without any external funding or partnering with banks, you know, like there will obviously be, you know, cash flow issues that we actually meet. But we are alive, we are here, we are trading, and we are looking forward to the future.
Interesting, because the scaling up of the business itself, as you've rightfully explained, has been without maybe angel investors or the traditional side of funding a business of this nature. Why did you take this route?
It's not something that we obviously just went out there and said we want to position ourselves as people who don't want funding or investors. We literally just started the business from scratch, and then we built with what we had. And we've been talking to people, we've been knocking to banks and presenting our cases, presenting the business, the future plans, and where we want to get. I mean, we have beautiful products that we can talk about. So, but without having to, you know, close so much things that were in our favor, we had to continue going, and we're still knocking to this day.
The lessons learned on the route that you've taken on the funding side of the business, what have they been?
That we need to be able to have proper plannings, always be friends with the accountant and the banker, always be able to just sit down and then plan, and each and every cent of the business have to, you know, be aligned with something, with the growth of the business. So we learned a lot. We actually are here 5 years later without any capital muscle being thrown into the business. So we just now cannot close shop, you know, because of the lack of funding right now. But we've learned a lot. I don't want to lie to you. Like, it's been so tough. It's been so amazing as well that we just launched a new product, and even in the midst of us not having so much external funding, we're able to still, you know, introduce new products, bring in new people so that we can work on a turnaround strategy.
I pick up on the terminology that not closing shop as a way to move forward. That turnaround strategy, what is it going to entail? Because you are talking about possibly branching bigger and out of where you started, basically. Yeah,
so the turnaround strategy for us, it means that we have to bring in new innovative products. We have to be able to look at stores and areas that we are actually making more money and focus a lot there. There's a new business that we just launched right now. It's called Sneaker Outlet. So Sneaker Outlet, it focuses more on the lower LSM, township malls, rural malls as well, and then we sell discounted products. So that's where we also want to turn around, because Drip is not a retail brand. It's actually a sneaker brand. But now we just branched into retail right now. And then this new business is going to help us in being able to sell the products that we can't sell at the Drip stores, but at discounted prices. So that is our strategy right now, actually going forward.
How then do you respond to the latest call and a statement by the Gauteng Finance MEC indicating that the Reserve Bank should be one of the entities that come in to save the day where Drip is concerned? Does Drip need saving, and what kind of saving, if it's from the Reserve Bank?
I'm so humbled, first of all, by the MEC's call. And so in 2021, when just a few years after starting the business, because we work with international companies, so we didn't really understand the forex exchange policies of the country. So, but we made a few payments across to China, and then it was blocked by the Reserve Bank. So that blockage, that's what we're actually talking about with the MEC, to say, instead of just taking the money into the country, just bring it back, because we actually just need the money as a business. We can't afford to make such mistakes and not be a teachable moment for young entrepreneurs. I myself, I have founded the Retail Investment Summit, whereby we unlock malls to young entrepreneurs and fashion people. So those are the things that we now are able to talk about and then teach the young entrepreneurs who are coming after us that we have made these mistakes. So but how do we move forward with that? We have to get all the organizations, the government organizations, to come and then help us in understanding how to actually work better in terms of whatever trade that we're in.
Financially, how has that blunder cost you?
A lot. Obviously, it's cash flow, like I mentioned earlier. So we started the business without having to get money anywhere. So having to remove that amount of money that we are talking about is actually a lot that we had to go back to the factory and pay again without not receiving this money. So we've been in conversation with the Reserve Bank since 2021, trying to fix the error up until it became public right now. So it's not a new thing. It's something that started in 2021, whereby we've been having back and forths with them, trying to give them all the information that we have. So we've given them everything that we have, trying to prove that we're actually just a mistake that on our side, and we're taking ownership of that, and then we wanted to move forward. But sadly, it didn't happen.
While we are on that, there was a matter of a Johannesburg company that sought for the liquidation of the company. How is that progressing? That
one is being held by the legal representatives of the company.
Where do we find you next in a different narrative? Because the current media cycle really has been not so positive in terms of developments around the company and not knowing exactly where you stand on a financial footing.
Yeah, look, ours is actually just to focus on the product, honestly speaking. Motivate the team. I had a beautiful meeting with the store managers yesterday where we're trying to actually revive the business, trying to put in new products, trying to collaborate with artists, celebrities, and everyone, trying to unlock potential of growth outside of the country. That's where we are, and that's where we are focused. And then we have a lot of support. Each and every day, there's no day that we go to sleep without having to sell a sneaker. So there's still a lot of potential out there, and people are loving the products. We have a beautiful new sneaker that we just dropped on our 5th birthday. So we are actually looking forward to the future, and everything else, for us is in place. It's just business as usual.
As a final parting shot, how would you then respond to criticism that Drip grew too quickly, too fast, and a couple of mistakes were made along the way, as you are able to acknowledge? But how do you then maybe respond to critics that speak of a business model maybe that was too vast?
Yeah, look, we need the entire community in South Africans to actually throw their weight around behind Drip. It's ours. It's like it no longer belongs to me. It belongs to the rest of the country. It's a beautiful story. I come from humble beginnings. So having to go into this journey and go with everyone that we inspire, it's a beautiful thing. So we need everyone to throw their weight around supporting us so that we just get it right, because we've never been at this position before. 5 years ago, yesterday, I was not in this position. So each and every day comes as a lesson to us. So we just need everyone to come and say, okay, let's just rebuild our businesses. And we're also supporting other businesses as well who might find themselves in the same positions that we find ourselves. But we have more beautiful stories that to tell than the ones that are negative, because we can never, can never all be good. Sometimes you just come with stumbling blocks along the way, which as long as we're able to fix them, and then we move to the next challenge.
Thank you so much for giving us your time and taking us into your confidence. It has been a pleasure, really, to speak to you and hear it from the horse's mouth in terms of where Drip as a company stands.
Thank you.
That's how we wrap it up on the business desk, at least at this hour. In the next bulletin, we will get an analysis, essentially, from an investment capital point of view around business models in South Africa, particularly for the types of businesses that are similar to Drip Footwear.